congratulations. Riley, how much of a relief was that to get not just the paperwork done, but for such a length of time as well yesterday?
Yeah, definitely a huge relief to commit to the footy club, and yeah, really excited to be a part of, I guess, the next 4 years at least, and super pumped for what we're building, and really happy to have signed.
Is there much of a thought to do anything else than sign on that line, given, I guess, how much work the team has to do to get to where it wants to be?
Yeah, definitely. I think it appeals to me being part of something from the ground up and building at this footy club and getting it back to where it needs to be, and also other guys signing the last few weeks like Smithy and Lairdy's really awesome to have those guys commit, and I think there'll be a few more to come, so really exciting to get those guys committing, and I was super pumped to sign on and really excited for what we're going to build.
What does that next 4 years look like to you? Where do you see this group in? I know you'll take it one game at a time, but you take it 4 years at a time.
Yeah, definitely.
Just tell us what the limit is.
We've definitely got a really young group, so the youngest group in the league, and you look at teams like Brisbane of a few years ago, and plenty of those examples, even Port Adelaide where they were 5 years ago. We want to get to be up in the top 4 consistently and pushing for premierships, and hopefully we can build towards that in the next few years and build a really strong culture and a really strong foundation to consistently do that.
You feel like...
Stop asking all the questions. I want to. Can you look at Jack?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'll stand in the middle.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I look straight. Yep.
Do you feel like maybe, given that your group's in your list even younger this year, that you might even have to go backwards again to go forward?
Well, hopefully we can take a big step forward this year with what we're doing, and I think a second year of having Nixie on board and a few new coaches as well, I think we'll definitely take some big strides forward and get to where we want to go. We want to get there as quickly as possible, and we're impatient in that, so hopefully we can take big strides this year and have a really solid year and start really building.
There was a time there where long contracts were popular and then they weren't in vogue. Why have you decided to sign on for 4 years?
I think just the Adelaide Footy Club is where I want to be, so I was pretty sure with that, and getting that long-term security also helps as well, and allows me to really invest in the group and know that I'm going to be here for the next 5 years. It really allows me to, I guess, get outside myself and not worry about myself, and also just invest in this group and invest in the club going forward. Knowing I'm going to be here for the long term and for the long haul, I can really continue to really invest in the group and invest in others.
Do you feel as though this is the first time in your career that you've had some security?
Probably a little bit, yeah. Obviously, probably had a few years not really playing, and I was sort of going deal to deal and sort of just trying to knock the door down to play. But the actual having security in this deal, it's amazing to have, and as I said, allows me to, I guess, know of my standing at the club and really give back to the club and have a really good next few years.
And another year as the number 1 man in the ruck. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, no, super exciting. Can't wait to go around again, and it's going to be a super exciting year for the whole group, and I love sort of being that leader of the midfield group and thrive on playing the ruck and having that ruck role, so I can't wait for the season to get underway, and I can't wait for round 1 next week. Hopefully it's a packed house, or as packed as it can be, and I can't wait to see all the Crows fans there cheering us on.
And going back to the longer game time now, do you think that'll help you, and how much of the game do you think you will spend in the ruck?
Yeah, obviously it was different last year with the shorter quarters, but I feel like fitness is probably one of my strengths, especially compared with other ruckmen. So I'll look to exploit that and try and stay on as long as I can, especially with the limited interchange cap. I'm happy to play pretty lengthy stints in there and grind it out and really start to hopefully expose other ruckmen, especially later in the game. With, I guess, one of my strengths is my fitness base.
What happens if you go, God forbid, you go down for a few weeks with an injury this year? Rob, what does the ruck setup look like then?
We've got some great backups. Kieran Strawn's been training really well, and he got a crack at the level last year, so he's more than capable of doing that. And then also guys like Billy Frampton and Elliot Himmelberg, even Riley Thilthorpe, they've played a bit of ruck and they've got the size for that as well. So I feel like we're well. Hopefully I don't go down, but I feel like we've definitely got some good options there that'll hold the team in good stead.
Do you think you've spent a bit of time with Riley? I was maybe going to ask the same question, but do you think Riley can be a a bona fide ruckman going forward?
I'm not sure I'm not sure exactly that's what he wants. I think he likes playing on the wing and in the midfield. He fancies himself as a midfielder, even though he's a bit big for that. I think he's outgrown that. But I think definitely he'll start in the forward line. He's super agile, super skillful, so he could play in a range of spots because he's so versatile and so athletic. But yeah, one day he could go down that path, but probably at the moment he's probably looking more at a forward role, I'd say.
So do you think he could give you a chop out this season, or is it mostly someone else that will come in for that second role?
Not sure what the setup will be. I think, yeah, guys like Billy Frampton, Elliot Himmelberg, Reilly could definitely play that backup ruck for the minutes I am off the ground, and I think they're all more than capable. They've all been doing a bit of ruck stuff, and they've done a bit of ruck stuff before. So yeah, all three of those guys could easily fill 5 minutes a quarter in the ruck. And they're super capable of that.
You've had two pretty brutal hit-outs against them, like a premiership contender, and then you've got Geelong coming up as well. Given that the size, not all about scoreline in pre-season, but once you get into season proper, how important is it to sort of to not get belted, I guess, against another premiership contender?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, you obviously can't read too much into pre-season, but we didn't play exactly the way we wanted. We had a few things we want to tinker, but the message really was that we were not that far away with what we were doing. A couple of little things to tinker, and I feel like we'll be a lot more competitive and a lot better, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting a win round one against Geelong, and we can't wait to get stuck in and play them, and we're super excited for that, and I feel really confident going into the season.
Watched much of the doco yet?
We had a screening yesterday of the doco. Yeah, it was really good. Interesting because we obviously were there for the whole year and had the guys following us around, but yeah, really enjoyed it, and it'll be a great insight for fans to see what's going on inside the club and into a pretty interesting year last year with everything that went on.
How do you think you came across?
Have to wait and see, but I was heavily featured, I guess, in that incident with Nick Nat. Yeah, you have to wait and see, but I guess I look a little bit silly, but it'll be interesting.
Did his response surprise you? Obviously, publicly it was all really well-natured, but when he first initially saw it, I think he said he wanted to kill you. So,
I think he's a bit of he's a massive competitor, so he probably would have tried to use that as a bit of fuel. I'm guessing. So, yeah, no, it was all good fun after the game, but. Yeah, I'm sure he would have tried to use it to hype himself up and get himself going like I would if that had happened to me.